So today, we're going to tackle a huge question, one that technology is basically forcing us all to ask. Who are we really? The lines we used to use to define ourselves, between online and offline, human and machine, even between here on Earth and out there, well, they're all starting to get seriously blurry. Just think about it for a second. I mean, there's the you that's with your family, the you with your friends, the one at work. But now there are all the different yous you've built online. And honestly, that's just scratching the surface.
You've got a digital self, right? Probably a few of them, actually. A carefully constructed, maybe perfectly filtered version of you that you present to the world. A whole persona that you build and manage, one post, one click at a time.
And here's the kicker. This tech is leaping off the screen and into our bodies. We're not just talking about restoring what was lost anymore. We're talking about adding capabilities that were never there to begin with. So when your digital life starts to feel more real than your physical one, and your body is part human, part machine, who is the real you? And that is the heart of what we're going to get into today. Okay, so to even begin to answer that, let's start with something we all deal with every single day, our digital self. Our digital identity, it's this wild mix of who we actually are and, let's be honest, who we want to be. Online platforms give us this incredible freedom to express ourselves in new ways, to find our tribe in these super niche communities, and even to experiment with totally new personas that might have nothing to do with our day-to-day lives. And this is totally flipping our idea of closeness on its head. It used to be all about physical proximity, who lived on your street, who was in your town. But now, virtual proximity is taking over. That psychological bond you feel with people in your online gaming guild or your fan community can be so much stronger than the connection you have with your actual next-door neighbor. It's like geography is becoming less important than our shared passions. And get this, our digital selves are about to get a serious power-up. New tech is coming that's all about shifting the control of your identity away from big tech companies and putting it back in your hands. Imagine a digital wallet that doesn't just hold crypto, but holds proof of your university degree or a certificate for a key skill. These are like permanent, unfakeable digital badges that you own and you control. It's a whole new way of building a more secure and user-owned identity online. All right, so let's shift gears, because this whole blurring of identity isn't just happening online. No, it's happening right here, in our own skin. The boundary we thought existed between human and machine, it's getting thinner every single day. I mean, just look at how fast this is moving. For literally centuries, prosthetics were about replacement, just trying to get back to what we considered normal. But we have absolutely rocketed past that idea. We are right on the edge of neural integration, where prosthetics are controlled by pure thought. And they don't just restore function, they create abilities that have never, ever existed before. And yeah, this is where things get straight up sci-fi. We're talking about the potential for limbs that not only feel texture and temperature, but can also see in infrared or hear sounds way beyond the normal human range. Imagine a prosthetic arm that's also your personal AI assistant, monitoring your health and connecting directly to your smart home. This isn't just about walking or grabbing things anymore. This is about fundamentally upgrading human perception and capability. This leads us to this really powerful, kind of radical idea from the philosopher Donna Haraway. She saw the cyborg, this hybrid of organism and machine, as a truly revolutionary concept. For her, it's an identity that completely breaks free from all our old, rigid categories. A cyborg isn't defined by traditional ideas of gender or this illusion of some pure natural wholeness. No, it's a new kind of being for a completely new kind of world. But this is where we hit a major point of tension. As we gain these incredible, almost godlike powers to remake ourselves, we run up against the risk of what you could call techno-moral hubris. It's really just the age-old warning against overconfidence, playing God, but updated for the 21st century. It's the danger that our technological ambition might just outrun our wisdom. So, okay, this brings up the big question, right? How the heck are we supposed to handle all this? As a society, how do we navigate a future where our identities, our bodies, and our ethics are all being rewritten by technology? Well, a huge piece of this puzzle is something called AI governance. We have to build systems that ensure there's still accountability. Frameworks like this help us decide how much control a human really needs to have. So for low-risk tasks, sure, maybe an AI can run on its own.
But for the really high-stakes decisions, think medicine or the law, you're always going to want a human in the loop to make the final call, or at the very least, a human over the loop who can pull the plug if things go wrong. So where do we even look for a roadmap here? Well, believe it or not, we can look to space. This framework was designed for the ethical exploration of other planets to make sure we don't repeat the mistakes of our past. But its core ideas, being good stewards, getting community input, having clear rules, they're not just for exploring Mars. They are a perfect blueprint for how we should ethically explore the new frontier of the human body itself. And it's so important we talk about this because of a concept called technological determinism. It's basically the idea that our technology isn't just a neutral tool we pick up and use. It actively shapes us. The printing press changed how we think. The internet completely rewired our social lives. So the technologies of identity that we're building right now will in turn build the societies of tomorrow. Our tools shape us as much as we shape them. All right, for our last section, let's just zoom out. I mean, way out. Because this transformation of who we are doesn't just change how we see each other. It might just change how we see our place in the entire universe. You know, there's this incredible thing that happens to astronauts when they see Earth from space. It's called the overview effect. From up there, national borders just disappear. All our conflicts suddenly seem so petty. They don't see a collection of separate countries. They see a single, fragile living system, a shared home. And it creates this powerful new layer of identity, a planetary one. You can just feel the power in that. From that perspective, you stop being just a citizen of one country, and you become, in a very real way, a citizen of Earth. All our complicated, curated, augmented identities, they're all wrapped up together on that one tiny, fragile blue marble. And that cosmic perspective leads us to one of science's most haunting questions, the Fermi paradox. Look, the universe is ridiculously vast and ancient. The odds alone suggest it should be teeming with intelligent life. So, where is everybody? Why is it so quiet out there? Well, one of the most chilling possible answers is something called the Great Filter. It's the idea that there's some kind of barrier that almost all civilizations hit and fail to overcome. Maybe they destroy themselves with their own technology. Or maybe they transcend. Maybe they merge with technology so completely that they evolve beyond biology itself and become undetectable to us. That last one sounds a little familiar, doesn't it? It makes you wonder, is this whole identity revolution we're living through our species' version of that great test? And that leaves us with the ultimate identity question. This path we're on, curating our digital selves, augmenting our bodies, merging with our AI, is this the next leap in human evolution? Is this how we finally transcend our limits and reach for the stars? Or is this our great filter, a final self-inflicted identity crisis from which there is no coming back? The answer to that will define not just who we are, but if we are at all.